fireworks will light up the night sky this Thursday for the 4th of July. Now, while it's a time for celebration, you want to make sure you're celebrating safely. And here to talk about fireworks safety is Captain Jeff Roche with the Honolulu Fire Department. How are you doing, Cap?
I'm well. How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I think it's important for us to have this conversation, especially since we're days away from the big celebrations, right? Because, you know, fireworks can be super fun, but of course we already know that they're very dangerous. Right. What's some of the ways that we can make sure we're celebrating Independence Day safely?
Well, first of all, plan what your activities are going to be, whether it's the barbecue, whether it's pool type activities, things like that. And of course, the fireworks that is always associated with July 4th. Unfortunately, these types of activities also come with inherent risks and hazards. So plan it ahead of time. If you're going to engage in firecrackers and things like that, which are the only things that are legal right now. So you'll have a water hose ready, even a bucket, some type of fire extinguishing, maybe a fire extinguisher. And you're going to make sure you have proper distances between structures, people, cars, brush areas where, you know, the firecrackers can set a fire, whether it's a wildland or a structure. You want to be mindful before you get there and make your plan, and then have your plan if things go wrong as well.
That is so smart. You know, and I know we're going to delve a little bit deeper into fireworks, but you mentioned the barbecue grill. You also mentioned about going to the pool. These are all activities that, again, while fun, have that little hint of danger to it, right? What kind of things can we do in preparation for the barbecue?
Okay, adult supervision. If you're going to be using things like solid fuels and not propane or anything, make sure you have extinguishers or a water hose available on hand. You know, make sure that people, like children especially, don't come near the barbecue.
Yes.
You know, they like to see what dad is doing or uncle or otherwise, and they can get burned. It's going to be severe because those things are very hot, hundreds of degrees. And if it's a pool, have an adult supervising the children.
Absolutely.
You know, you don't want to have something tragic happen on a day where we're supposed to be having fun and enjoying family.
Right, absolutely. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the fireworks. You know, fireworks, I know that right now, because we're in the dry season, there is a risk of fire starting, right, in areas that we're at. And, you know, what kinds of activities have you seen in this regards in your career?
Well, there's two types of activities that I've seen that I want to point out. There are the legal ones and there are illegal ones. Legal, by permit, you can pop firecrackers, right? Those stay on the ground. Those don't go in the air and have the possibility of the wind catching them and starting a fire in someone's home, in the brush areas. And then now we have something that we have to come and mitigate. So these types of activities, like I said before, come with their inherent risks, and how we address them before we engage in them can have a direct impact on, you know, whether a tragedy or an emergency arises, you know, and you want to be safe. So plan it out. You know, I can't stress that enough. Plan it out. Make sure if you're in one of those areas that are high susceptibility to fires, fire prone, they're dry, they're not as wet as some other places on the island, and you have a lot of fuel, that if something goes up in the air, it's going to come down, and if it lights it up, it's going to be fast and quick. That thing's going to spread. And we do not want another Lahaina. We don't want it at all. You know, we want to protect our family, protect our community, and make sure everyone stays safe so we can enjoy the holiday without anything bad happening. And then we can enjoy future holidays, you know, have everybody together and just be happy.
I love that. I love that your focus is keeping our community safe, and that's amazing. And because there are actually alternatives to using firecrackers, right? There's other things that we can do to celebrate, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're the safe ones. You know, you got those confetti poppers, you know, things that don't really have a huge source of ignition. And when you deal with firecrackers, they're really explosives.
Right.
You know, they're small versions of them, but when you get a lot of them together, you know, that's where problems can happen.
Yeah.
So there are other things. You can go to a show. You know, that's a good way. You know, you can be at a safe distance, and these people have planned this out. These shows are statistically very safe, and it's a good way to enjoy. They're beautiful, and you can have your barbecue over there, and you can enjoy the night and the holiday with your family.
Brilliant, brilliant. Captain, thank you so much for joining us. Captain Jeff Roche of our Honolulu Fire Department. And again, us, along with Island Life Live, just hoping that you'll stay safe and have a great and healthy and safe celebration this year. And we said it we actually said this earlier, the only real safe way to view fireworks is to attend a professional show. And here's a list of some of those shows you can check out around Oahu. That's at Turtle Bay, Haleiwa, Polynesian Cultural Center, and Kailua Beach.